When the flame is lit, truth will gather.
Alafia, peace and blessings from 113 of Orisha Stone. Another chief talk with young elders in the building tonight. How you doing, young?
Oh, we're doing good, man. We're doing good.
And we also got the goddess herself, High Priestess Mayat, in the building tonight. How you doing, goddess?
All right, greetings. I'm doing well.
Well, I know we talk all the time, but you want to talk to me like we just brand new tonight, because we're on Young Elder channel, and that's a whole nother experience.
Okay.
Please, first off, I wanted to bring High Priestess on. We were talking about bringing other matriarchs on, and I was telling you a couple of different goddesses I want to bring on. This guy, what you say, young? You on mute?
Oh no, I was talking to my girl. Just telling her to fix me some in the background.
Gotcha. And then yeah, man. I wanted to introduce Goddess High Priestess to Young Elder and everything, because she represents melanated immortals. She breaks down the 1320 dream spell with the when we talk about these stones all the time and talk about Mayan this and Omeg that, is this goddess Neb Tahaka and Dr. Clyde Winters that actually broke down the glyphs to break it down, you know what I'm saying, break down these matriarch calendars. She's the one that we talk about the matriarch, but when we go back in time and understand what these matriarchs were really doing, this goddess is the one that decoded that. So let me get out your way, goddess. With no further ado, please introduce yourself, goddess.
All right, greetings and give thanks. It's definitely an honor to be here. I know that I've been on Orisha Stone a few times, and so I shade to all the Orisha Stone folks, all the mimic folks, and give thanks to be here with Young Elder. That's an honor. And so my name, I'm High Priestess Ma'at in Makaru Amen, and I am the spiritual leader of Melanated Immortals, making evolutionary changes. We go by Mimic, and our mission is to shift the global consciousness of the melanin dominant population and establish an everlasting legacy of divine frequency beings with immortal health and immortal wealth through the application and remembrance of cosmic knowledge. So we've been doing that since about 2018, and then in 2019 we began a vigil for the betterment of melanin dominant people worldwide called the Melanin Frequency, and it is a 52-week frequency. Every week there's a different frequency transmitted, and we've been doing it since the fall equinox of 2019. We have a whole priesthood dedicated to it. We got a whole, group of folks dedicated to it. And, we are living examples of being able to operate in these new frequencies, right? We use the information from our elders, our ancestors, but we call that ancestor wisdom evolved. Right. So we are looking to take the ancestral knowledge that we have to the next level so that we can just get, this period that we're in. It's an interesting period, but we would like to shift this consciousness so that there is a legacy created here that will not allow any of these frequencies that are no longer needed in this plane and any place else.
I like the way you break that down. I met this goddess through OJ Yemi, and you know how I'm always talking about gemstones and different kind of stones in Mesoamerica and the pyramids and the Olmec and everything else. This goddess actually been down there to those pyramids in Mexico and seen the glyphs on the walls and know the matriarch societies and everything down there. Not only that, she brought the information back and organized something. A lot of people talk a lot about doing a lot of different things, but she actually organized it. She actually has a very organized priesthood. And people really she ain't trying to convince nobody of anything. She ain't trying to convert you, but we're the light posts to people that like-minded people that really want to get on. And like you said, the green light. Goddess, you also got an event coming up soon too. You want to tell us about your event a little bit?
I do. So, one of the ways, we're always online. And so we also need to meet in person so that we can transmit these frequencies. And, there's some things that we say offline that we won't say online or do, and, feel each other's energy. So we have an event coming up for the summer solstice that's happening this strong in. It's our womb evolution summer solstice. And that event, one of our features is that we have Orisha Stone as a vendor, right? So you'll see some of these, and you see the mask back there. We have a few of those things coming. So if you want to get your hands on it, definitely come through. It is going to be in Hampton, Virginia, Buckrow Beach. And so that is very close to the Washington, D.C. area, northern North Carolina, all in the upper, the East Coast. Y'all know y'all be down there anyway, right? At the beach. So definitely come through. And in this event, we will do something where we have every year we have a rites of passage ceremony for our young girls. As we know, the young girls are starting to get their menstrual cycles at 8, 9, 10. That's crazy. And so we don't want to tell these young girls that, hey, you're about, you can be a mommy, at 8. And they just, finish learning how to, clean themselves, properly. So what we're teaching them is that this is the beginning of your womb power. And we have that organized as well. There are other modes that you can put your body in beyond reproduction. And so we teach them that. We take them through a ceremony. We also honor our elders, right, that are going into the perimenopause, premenopause, postmenopausal, or menopausal, right? That they're being told that they are declining, but we say, oh no, you are refining. And they are going through what we call their vortex or their black hole stages, and we break down that. We take them through a rites of passage too into wise womanhood. And so those are some of the highlights. We got a marketplace. We're going to be doing these sutras. We got sun sutras. We got womb sutras. We got a whole bunch of stuff that we're going to be doing. And some things that we're going to be taking care of as far as anything that people have, issues in their bodies, social issues, things that are happening in the community. When that many people are together, and when I say that many, it's probably not going to be, we're talking about 20, 25 people or whoever comes for the day or whatever. But, it's no way we're going to have all that womb energy. And then we also have the male energy surrounding us, that we can move some things into fruition. So that will be taking place this strong in. And you can come. Now we sold out for the lodging, but you can come for a day. You can come. We're going to be there. The major events happen on Saturday and Sunday, and you can definitely come for those events. You can go to our website, melanatedimmortals.com, just RSVP, and we'll get the information on to you.
Now, I'm gonna get to you in 1 second. I just know she got to go in a minute because she got to catch that flight. But what is it all that you do at Melanated Immortals? I mean, you said you had a shop there, right? Who else gonna be vending there? I want to know the businesses. Who's all vending that day?
Yeah, so we have one of the shops we have is called Free Reality or Melanated Bloodlines. They're going to be there, and she has some amazing posters that can be customized, and also and those of you who are into your kin numbers and your archetypes and stuff like that, she has these amazing posters and if you've been to our sessions on Friday, all that scenery that you see, how she upgraded all our slides and everything, she can customize those things for you. And so they're going to be there. We have the mineral deposit, and they are going to have I don't know, everything. Anything that you forgot, your shea butter, your clay, moringa seeds, probably some holy basil, anything that came fresh from their garden, their farmers and things like that. They're going to have all of that. We are also going to have our youth. They're going to have vegan popcorn and vegan cotton candy. And so they're going to be there. Actually, a shout out to Sister Ya, Ken 141. She's the one who organized this marketplace, and she has the youth, they're vending, and they're going to be doing the vegan popcorn. They're going to be doing cotton candy. They're going to do face painting. And so they have all of these amazing designs. I got a shout out, Ken 122. You can get a special design with energy and everything attached to it, and they'll put it on your face for the ceremonies and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a lot.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. You said kingdom. Yeah, what's good, guy?
Huh?
I got a question for the I got a couple questions for the goddess.
Okay.
Because the spirits, I can just look at people and then the spirits give me questions for them. So the first question the spirits is telling me to ask you is about parasites and a parasite cleanse. Because like the doctors don't talk about parasites. Really, nobody really besides like certain communities, our community. But when cleansing parasites, what's some top herbs you use or you recommend using, and the process of the parasite cleanse? Could you go in on that, sister?
You know what? I have one name to tell you about that, and that is Dr. B. Serious.
Dr. B. Serious.
Dr. B. Serious. And wait a minute, hold up. No, it's funny that you asked me that now.
Dr. B. Serious.
Okay. this is crazy, right? So I got his product right here on the desk here. Dr. B's parasite cleanse is probably the most proficient that I have seen or I have ever used, because it deals with interdimensional parasites. Like literally when I did his parasite cleanse, I had dreams as the parasites were dying. I had these crazy dreams, and I was calling him like every night. I said, Dr. B, listen, I don't know what you put in them herbs, but I had a dream, and it was like the parasites were like, as they were exiting, right? We was communicating, because I love, okay, so it's a whole other story for me to talk about the stuff that happens in the ethers, right? But they can get dealt with in the ethers, because I don't get sleep paralysis or nothing. I can get up and move around, they can try. But anyway, I had that was the first time in a long time I've had any of that sleep paralysis. And so I had that, and I was battling these parasites. And I was calling Dr. B, and I said, listen, I can tell you what they look like. I don't know their name, but one of them called himself Bob, and so
it get that deep though. It really get that deep though.
Yes.
When those parasites bite into your neocortex and say, eat sugar, buy that Snickers, buy that candy, So you talking right. You talking on a level that if people understood what we're dealing with on a microcosmic level, it gets that deep. Yeah.
I say they and sometimes people think that they don't have them because they, like you said, we're in these spiritual communities, and we know the mudras and we do all of this, but here's the other thing I have to say about those parasites too. While you're, I definitely recommend the herbs and stuff. I would say Dr. B, just because he got herbs and stuff in there that you ain't never heard of. Like, yeah, definitely the regular ones, but you definitely want to deal with those interdimensional parasites. But here's the other thing. While you're doing it, in addition to, right, is the strongest thing that you can do is work with your mind space and decide that you don't have to give way to nothing. You ain't got to give way to, I don't care where they come from. I don't care what frequency they on. I don't care who mama sent them or whatever. You have the authority over your own vessel and your own dimensions and consciousness and everything. So while you're doing it, you want to constantly feed your mind that you're not giving way to parasites. You talk to your body and say, listen, every night, talk to your body and say, listen, we don't have to give way to nothing. No bacterias, no fungus, no candida, none of those things. How about we're not going to give way. Now, in addition to, I am going to give you these herbs. I am going to hold on to these crystals. I am going to use this copper. We're going to use everything, but we're also going to begin with our mind space and get our consciousness right. And if you keep feeding that to your consciousness, it becomes your default.
I see.
So you get in one of those dreams and they come, you listen, no, I'm not scared of you. Guess what? You got to go. You're on your way out.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, I got one more, like, I got two more questions. Because
Okay.
I know you, Orisha, you gonna slide everybody in. My next question is, and we could get to the number thing. 'Cause I know you expert on the number reading and the birth charts and all that. But my next question is based on you living the time you lived and you becoming wiser as you got older. What would you say to the young up and coming matriarchs? That's something that if you could go back when you was 15, that's something you wouldn't have did that would have helped your body out. Like say like, oh, I wouldn't have, man, now that I'm 45 or 50, if I can go back to 15 and to tell the young girls don't do this, don't start this, what would you tell them? What would be your perspective on telling them, well, the young up and coming matriarch that's 15, 13, 14 years old, something that you did and you say, okay, I man, if I can go back to 15, I wouldn't have did that, or something that you did do. Like you could tell both parts. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. So it would be a combination between what I would tell the body and the mind. I would definitely tell those that are, in their 15. The first thing I wish that, I had known, or what we are teaching our young girls now, is one, you need to know your cosmic anatomy, right? So they need to know what they carry. One of the reasons why we are, and as you know, right? I know you guys know, as we're in the conditions that we are in now, is because we don't even know what we carry. Nobody has mapped it out. Now, I always say this when I when I talk. It might be a little bit of a rug pull, but we're taught that we are associated with the moon, and of course, because we have 28-day cycle and things like that, right? And so the moon, though, I always say the moon is a reflector, not a director, right? We also, in our cosmic anatomy, there's everything in there. There is the earth. There's the universe. And if I had known at 15 that my womb, that my uterus is a representation of the universe and and the earth, right? And that I could talk to my ancestors through there. I can find out cosmic history through there and things like that. Maybe some of the challenges. Now at 15, I didn't really have a whole lot of things, no traumatic things going on. But as I got older, I would say maybe that 25 to 30, I would know more. I would also go back to the 15-year-old and let them know that your brain is not formed yet, right? We just started learning that maybe about 10, 15 years ago that, Dr. Jewel Pookrum and those guys, they started talking about the brain and everything, and to know that your brain is not fully formed until you're 26 years old. That's why when those hormones come on, they start, you can't make a decision at 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, you know what I'm saying? And those things like that. And so those are some of the things that I would tell the body. Also, the stage that you're in at 15. The stages that you're in at 15, you're just coming out, like, just real quick. I know we about to get out of here, right? They're 4 stages of 13. That's what we use in the cosmology, right? And so the 0 to 12, that's their first stage. That's the initiating stage. That's when in most cases, your parents or those who are your guardians are making most of the decisions for you. Then you go to that 13 to 26 stage. I don't know if I'm doing the numbers right. 13 to 26. Oh no, 13 to 26. And that's the second stage. And that's the refining stage, right? And so you're in that stage where you are refining, you're learning how to be an adult. You're not, and that's why you got attitude. But then you still need your parents, right? Things like that. Then that 27 to 39 stage, you are in transformation. And there's a lot of things that happen in transformation, a lot of marriages, divorces, children, all of that stuff. And then in these final phases, that 40 to 52 stage, then that is your stage of ripening or completing things. And that's where you start to slow down a little bit, right? So those are some of the things. So at 15, it would be great to have known all of this. So then now you can get ahead of it. You're talking about when people ask you, hey, what do I want to be when I grow up? Right? Oh, well, shoot, I was the cosmic mother. That's what I'm going to be, because that's my species. That's where I come from. So I'm at this phase in being that, right? So yeah, hopefully that. Did I go all the way off? I know I'm going all the way over there, right?
Okay. I want to ask you one more question because I know you're about to get out of here soon. I was leading up to it. All right. So for people that don't understand what kin number is, because this is your galactic map, this is your galactic signature. When you talk about kin number, can you please explain what a kin number is? And what, like when we talk about the matriarch, I see some people saying whatever in the comments, but we talking about matriarch. There's a bunch of matriarchs on the land. So I'm introducing everybody to a clan mother right now. Clan mothers from all around the land. This is a clan mother that's doing her whole tribe acts. They have actions of unity in that tribe. They're organized, they're beautiful. Melanated mortals, check them out. But can you please break down the 1320? Like you just did young elders kin number, right? Can you break down what's 1320 and what does that mean?
Okay, so the 1320 this is our Olmec cosmology, right? And a lot of times, they say this is Mayan or whatever. And if you really study the Mayan, I heard a little reverb. Okay, if you really study the Mayans, they'll tell you that they are the keepers. Oh, excuse me, that's the light. They are the keepers of the time. They didn't create these calendars, pyramids, and all of this stuff. And everybody knows now, the She people, the Olmec people, those that look like us that was already over here, right? This is our cosmology. And so it's based off of 20 archetypes. And the archetypes are like Orishas, Neteru, Abelsong, and then and the 13 are the roles and the functions. Now that's where you get into the feminine system, because the 13 is a feminine number. Why? Because it takes 13 days for an egg to mature, and on the 14th day is released. And the cycles go just like that. If you take 13 times 20, that's 260. 260 is approximately 9 months. That's how long it takes to incarnate as one of us. And they call that 260 the 260 expressions or the 260 faces of God, in which we all came in as one of those faces. That's why I say that's our species. Right. And so we need to start learning how to be our species, like trees know how to be trees. We need to know how to be source. Right. And maybe relearn some things. That's just my perspective. So the 1320 gives you a foundation to do. Oh, come on now. Come on.
What you talking about?
I say. Yep, that's it. It's hard for me to see the
you keep breaking it down. I was just showing them
okay.
what you're breaking down to them. This is a matriarch calendar, and you're breaking down the codes for them right now. Go ahead though.
Okay, so that's approximately 9 months, and so it takes 9 months to come back around to one of us. So, for example, I'm a Sagittarius, November 26th, right? So, but somebody on November 27th, although they're Sagittarius, that we are not the same archetype because it takes an incarnation cycle to come back around to who we are. So this is one of so this is a feminine system. Now it goes even deeper than that, right? It goes into when we get these galactic signatures, right? It's kind of a grounding point, because if you come and you get your signature and we do a reading over there, you're going to see that you have always been that, even before you knew anything. You're going to see that this is exactly who you are, and it may explain some things, you know, about you. You want to you want me to do
Your elder. She said
huh?
she can break down your kin number.
Oh no, I'll just do it. We'll do it properly.
Okay, all right.
I
I'm about to put you out here so we show. Right now, I just got it right here.
Yeah,
Gotta see
we
it
at
here.
war now, man.
Okay, all right.
Why don't you break it down with her, because she already knows her kin number.
Okay, all right. The blue spectral eagle. Okay, all right. So the eagle. Did I do yours? Why do I feel like I did yours already? I don't know. I had an eagle. Okay, all right. So I got you. So Ken 115, the blue spectral eagle. So the eagle is the visionary, right? The eagle, the eagle is the seer. And the seer can create any mental state, that any mind state that they want to be in. Now, before I even go any further, right, we need to know that red initiates. So that's Orisha Stone right there. He red Ken. So you see, he always starting stuff, always getting stuff started, right? And then we had a white Ken. I'm a white Ken. Also, young elder is a white Ken, right? So we refine. So once they start stuff, we just like, oh, okay, wait a minute, you can put this right here and you can do this and you can, you know, all this stuff, and we can do that all day long, right? We're the ideal generators. We get it ready for the blue Ken. And that's the eagles, the storms, the knights. And really, here's the other thing. We knew they say blue, they black. This said they scared the white people, so they made it blue. So we say the blue black, right? So that's the black eagle, right? So the eagle is the eagles transform things, right? So the blue can transform things. They take things to the next level and get it ready for the yellow can. The yellow can are the finishers, right? They complete, they put the icing on the cake. So sometimes those who are like yellow cans or whatever, they may sit around and wait for they just watch everything. And then sometimes you say, listen, if you already knew that, how come you didn't say nothing? They were like, I'll just wait for you to ask me, right? So let's go to you. 115, the blue spectral eagle. Okay, so you are in, I believe, no, I was going to say you and Orisha Stone are in the same, you're in the same wave spell. You're in the wave spell of the red serpent. And see, there's always a connection going in, because he 113, you 115, right? And so the spectral tone, right? The spectral tone says, I dissolve, right? In order to create, releasing mind. I feel the output of vision with the spectral tone of liberation, and I've got it by my own power double, right? So you are a self-starter.
Yes.
Right? When you put your mind on something, that's exactly what it is, because it's just like an eagle, right? An eagle can spot things miles away, and it don't care if there's 5 rabbits. The one that it chooses, that's the one that's going to be dinner, right? And so the eagles are like that, right? You're very good at getting things done. Why? Because you're in a red wave spell, right? And so you like to get things going. Sometimes people got to stop you to get you to stop doing what you're
Sis,
doing.
you so in line because I was in the military. So
Look at
I'm
that.
like, look, I'm about this action, okay?
Yep.
She
Yep.
the
You're so
eagle.
on point. You're so on
Yep.
point. And it
Military.
actually goes in line with my life path because I'm a life path 4, which is
Okay.
to provide structure.
Yep. 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 And it's you're probably you're a great person. Anybody working with her on a project, she's a great person to work with on the project because she's gonna make sure it gets done. Now you might not
Okay.
like everything she say, but it's
Listen, we're
okay
here.
because she's going to get it done. She knows how to get things done. She knows how to keep things moving and to create the mind space, the way the mind should be working to get these things done. And it's a lot of it is all about life force, right? Being
Yeah.
able to live the life that we're supposed to have and the lifestyle that we're supposed to be in. So a lot of what you do, I'm not exactly sure everything that you do, but a lot of it is about lifestyle, how we live, what we do, and things like that. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's just a
It's so
brief.
on point. It's so accurate. It's
I
so
say,
accurate. Y'all, this is vital information. Get with her. Because
You
you need
most
to know
definitely
this.
gonna see more of her. She's representing the Council Khalifa. I got to get ready to bring the other guys on, but this is why I want to introduce one of them to you. You'll be seeing a lot more of her because she's gonna be putting on the West Coast. You know what I'm saying? We're trying to really build. And when people saying we wasting time and anything, I mean, but you here watching. You know what I'm saying? The whole point of it is to connect the tribes. And right now we're reverse engineering it. We watching dumb
Yes.
stuff so we could be connecting with this information. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Y'all give us an opportunity to reach a lot more people right now. So we got to appreciate that and really have patience. So this is the general. I didn't know she was the eagle, but that's exactly her character, the eagle. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
guys, thank you for your time. Again, can you tell us your cash app and how can we get to Melanated Immortal?
Yep, you can get to Melanated Immortals,
Hold on for one second.
melanatedimmortals.com.
Can you mute Goddess
Man,
Elohim, can you mute
everything in
your
the
mic?
link. Hey, Orisha, I already got everything in the links in the description. You can go to subscribe to her YouTube channel. You can go check out her TikTok and Instagram, and the links in the descriptions, and the Cash App is in the link in the descriptions. So yeah, we got all that in the descriptions.
All
If you
right,
want to go
guys.
subscribe and get in touch with the sister to get the kin numbers read, what etc. We got the IG in the links in the descriptions where you can get in touch with her, and then we might do an AI breaking down the basics of it. Go ahead, Risha.
No, man, I'm glad you said it. Like I say, I'm just introducing them, and I know we on short time, but y'all ain't even tapped into the esoteric knowledge this goddess has. Like I said, she's been to both pyramids. She's been to the pyramids in Egypt and the pyramids in Mexico. She's deciphered codes. You and her, when y'all go in, you know what I'm saying? Right now, I'm trying to compile everything in one, but this is actually a big thing. You know what I'm saying? She really breaks down. Like she just said, she broke down this goddess, and I realized she was in the military. She already knew she was the eagle. So now that she's about to step out, we about to have some fun as soon as the goddess. But thank you for you because I know she about to catch a flight real soon. But yo, tap into Melanated
I'm
Immortal.
driving.
Oh, you got tap in with Melanated Immortals. Tap into their website. They have a beautiful website. They have a amazing priest over there doing amazing things. Tap into Melanated Immortals, please. I appreciate you, guys.
All right, thank you so much. It's been an honor.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Safe
Hey,
travels,
Hey,
sis.
you was quartermaster battalion.
Me?
Yeah.
No, I was a medic.
Oh, you went to golf. You was golf. They still golf.
I was a 6-day whiskey.
Well, you went to Fort
Fort
Houston,
Jackson.
Fort Jackson. Yeah, I went to Fort Jackson too, though.
Mm-hmm.
South Carolina, Fort Jackson. They said it was relaxing, but it wasn't relaxing until when I got there. Yeah, relaxing Jackson. Yeah, that's what they supposed. Yeah, Fort. Yeah, ain't no relaxing down there. They still got that sand. They still got them sand. Y'all still had to walk on the sand hills and shit. Like everything, they got all the sand
They
on the
still got the
ground.
fan. So it was
Oh yeah,
13
that
years
shit.
ago. I joined in 2010 and I got out
Yeah,
in
yeah, yeah.
2023.
Yeah, I was in '04, so yeah, I was way before you. But I'm saying like it's still the same. Get
Bullshit.
down. Seems like for you,
I'm gonna tell
huh?
you, I got in trouble during basic training because the drill sergeant tried to yell at me for doing something, and I was not taking that shit. The whole
Yeah,
squad was doing
yeah,
push-ups, but I didn't care.
yeah, yeah,
Yo,
yeah.
Young,
You
now we're
go
about to have
down.
some fun real quick because
Go ahead,
now
go ahead, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
now we're about to have some fun. Now, you know what I'm saying? I had to respect the goddess time. She was on a short time, but now we got some up and coming matriarchs, some future matriarchs in the game. You know what I'm saying? You were telling about what to say to the young goddesses, and we're reaching out to a lot of elders, but the goddesses in our age group that's up and coming, doing a lot of amazing things. I want to introduce Winter Bell. How you doing, goddess?
What's good? Peace, everybody. How y'all doing?
Man, I'm good. What about you? First off, introduce yourself. Where you from? Like put on for your tribe right now. Where you from, guys?
Yeah, so I'm a Atlanta native, you know what I mean? A Georgia baby. I know it ain't a lot of us out here representing, so I'm here for my people and for my land. And I'm a creative alchemist and art scholar, so I'm all about like aesthetics equal ether, and then I'm also about like the creative ecosystem too, because we deserve reciprocity and the culture need to be cultivated. And we gotta step it up on the economic side too, as well as the craftsman side. So that's what I focus on a lot.
And I like what you said. You're an artist and everything else. I want to start shining light on more of our businesses. Everybody talking about some support melanated businesses. Well, I want to put faces to it. You know what I'm saying? Aces with the faces. This goddess right here, goddess Elohim. The reason I brought her on because not just the talking, she'll blow your ass off. You know what I'm saying? She just told you she military trained, been in the military for a little while. So I think that's important that she can actually, you know what I'm saying, tap into the mind of the
Yeah.
military and help people be more strategic. Like tell people what we really need to be on, especially out there in the West Coast. That's where the soldiers at. Go ahead, gotta talk to them.
Peace, everyone. Young Elder, it's such a blessing to finally meet you on the show.
Thank you, thank you.
Um, my actual Elohim name is Shah Loon Atari Elohim. Shah stands for the 15th dimensional primal ray of light.
You know,
And so my name means to illuminate Christ's light in the game.
you know.
Okay.
Fire.
I have 13 years of experience in the military, and let me tell you, my experience in the military was very high level. Where Source guided me to when I started in, I had moved to Hawaii. I was freshly married at the time, and it's crazy because like I was reflecting back, and I joined the reserves. I didn't go active duty because I was like, y'all not gonna dictate my life. So during so during the reserves, I was able to pick and choose where I needed to go, and where Source guided me to go gave me the alchemy and the codes because I got activated in those certain places to bring that back to right now for the job that I'm actually doing right now. And which is, I don't know if you guys follow Marvel, but yesterday was 616 day, and the Marvel universe is 616, and that's where our powers are, right? So I actually have the power of Valkyrie and Miranda. And Miranda is funny because I was already doing the work, but then Rod posted Miranda, and I was like, this is what I do. So after 2024, when I left my corporate job, well, actually, I was laid off, but it was crazy because I was laid off on St. Patrick's Day, so it was my lucky day. And I worked in corporate America. I worked in biotech, and I went through my healing process for 1 year. And for this last year, the work that I've been doing was literally sitting down in my house, not moving. I had to be very stationary. They protected me because where I sit at, I'm from Stockton, California, directly west of the San Francisco Gate, the Golden Gate, directly almost south from Telos, from Mount Shasta, and then I'm right in line with the Golden Road, which Kansas. So because I'm in this energy to where I'm on the grid, I'm able to move the energy through the grid and through the ley lines. And just like the Miranda character in Marvel, she's able to remove and delete things and transmute things through the timelines. So I'm literally like in my Neo energy doing like this. I'm listening to the frequencies. I'm tapping in because I already have my Anunnaki DNA upgrades, right? Ashe 209 in the house. Okay, so because I have, and when I deployed to Iraq and Syria and Kuwait. So I got my Anunnaki activation while I was in Iraq because that's the old Mesopotamia. That's where they found the tablets. So I was able to really sit in this energy and activate my full light body. Spirit's like, we need your full light body activated. And so I went through a whole year of just healing my body, listening to frequencies, sitting on the grass. I got a copper pyramid, crystals in the bathtub, crystals in my water. Like I had to activate my light body on a whole nother level to be able to bend and manipulate the energy in the grid.
I say.
I got a question for the goddess.
Yes.
Yes, my question is really the same question I asked the other goddess. If you could, if like right now, you like, I like me when as I learned more information as I got older, I used to say, damn man, if I would have knew this shit when I was 15, you know what I'm saying? What I could do, but they probably would have took me out already. They probably would have got rid of me if I would have knew half this shit I know now at 15. But I say, like, if you could go back to 15 and tell your 15-year-old self something that would have probably advanced you ahead right now, like that'll put you way ahead of where you at now, if you would have knew it at 15, if you knew what you know now. So what would you go back and tell your 15-year-old self if you could do that?
On some real shit, what I would do is tell everybody don't be having sex because that's our chi. And that's like, I lost my virginity when I was young. And I'm like, had I known what I know about this God source energy, and I grew up in the church, but I wasn't really into it. I was like, it didn't really resonate. I was the only one out of my friends where I wasn't on singing. I would go because my family would go, but I was like, this ain't really, but like on some real stuff, your sexual energy, that creation energy, like the things I'm able to do and how I'm able to manipulate the weather, the grid, doing grid work. Well, I got my grid work activation when I went to Egypt last year. And my first high level grid work, my first cosmic level grid work was when I was in my temple, I was in Karnak, and I was sending the energy and it was my birthday. They aligned it to where I went to Egypt during my birthday, which is 324. The base of the pyramid is 3,024 feet. I'm literally in the line of the 37, the golden ratio ley line. So I had to send the energy because we went to the temple. It was like 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. It was pitch dark. I had to send the energy to Rapa Nui, which is Easter Island, to activate that grid line. So that is basically what started part of the resurrection. So I was sending the energy from Karnak to Rapa Nui through the gate, through Khalifa Gate, through the Golden Gates of Atlantis. And I was able to bring that back home. And that's how I'm able to manipulate and send the energy and do grid work. So pretty much sexual energy.
It was initiation. The spirits are telling me that was your initiation. Whatever you just did, that when you went to Egypt, that was a part of an initiation. Yeah.
Yes.
He said, look, when she said she went to Iraq, that blew my head. I ain't know she been to Iraq. People don't understand Iraq. Bro, we were just talking about those sacred maps and temples, but she been into some of them temples. Yeah, it probably did activate her energy. You know what I'm saying?
It was crazy. It was crazy.
You just had a dope live with Empress Redbird. Big shout out, right?
Oh yes.
With the map. And me and Goddess.
Oh yeah, because they told me when y'all did the live, you need to go. I had already planned because it was the 13th, right? So I was like, I know it's a divine feminine day. And then plus it was the new moon, right? So while they were streaming the live with Empress Redbird, I was literally, and y'all, I thought it was gonna be a hot summer day. It was 100 degrees in Stockton. I had my little bathing suit on and everything. But I did take a blanket. When I got there, it was freezing cold. It was barely 60 something degrees. Fog was rolling in and everything. And they was like, you better sit right there and you got to thug this out because you got to stream this energy while you're sitting right there at the Golden Gate. So, you know, you got to do what you got to do.
One time, let me answer the question in the comments. One is Chief Talk. This is what I do with Young Elder for weekly. I don't know who this Lions dude is. I'm about to kick him off, but he raised the hell talking about what's the topic. The topic is just like I've been doing for a while, just like Empress Redbird. It's time to start introducing more matriarchs to the tribe and introducing people and realize what they're doing. This goddess right here, if you be respectful enough to listen, she's doing something on the West Coast to unite the tribes over on the West Coast, building well springs. The same with this goddess is in Georgia. The same way with Goddess Mayat got several thousand people that very organized with melanated immortals doing things that, guess what? We're not trying to convince you or nothing. But we the what they call it, the light to bring people to like-minded people. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Outside of that, if you ain't fucking with it, just step out for a second. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to be respectful. But this is myself, by the way. You back to what I was saying to you, young elder. Empress Redbird showed that map and it went over a lot of people's heads because they see certain shit and they hear certain shit. But one of the things they were breaking down was, did you see on there when they were talking about the Grail Stone?
Yeah, what we was talking about earlier. Go ahead.
So one, that's why I brought the goddess Winter on. She's a crystal alchemist from over there about Stone Mountain in Georgia. Like she said, she native from out there. She grew up in that energy. You know what I'm saying? She's tribe. So I introduced her to the tribe. She's doing big things. She has a business as well. We always talk about economics, where I'm also trying to bring other Black-owned businesses on. You know what I'm saying? This goddess right here.
I'm glad y'all came on. I'm glad y'all came on because we doing the Matriarch marathon right now. We'll be bringing all the matriarchs on so they can get they promote their business, promote their YouTube, whatever they got going. So yeah, just our perfect timing right here.
I say. This guy's right here is I know y'all get tired of hearing me always talk about minerals. So I brought, when we talk about the matrix, we talk about the 8 matrix of the stone, it's called the mother stone. This guy that's right here is out there by Stone Mountain, and she's getting a lot of stones. She got a lot of connections. She's doing big things on social media. Goddess, we were just talking about the Holy Grail stone. What is the Holy Grail stone from your perspective?
Like in like a historical context or more like a philosophical context?
You tell me.
Because I feel like it kind of is giving me like the same as alchemy, because like with alchemy it's all about turning one mineral into gold, but it's like when you really sit down, like I turn copper into gold by sitting down, understanding the physics of it, understanding the metaphysics of it, and then now I can utilize it and I can make it shine, and now I can add value to that mineral. So when I think of the Holy Grail, that might be that, because like we all have certain elements. We all, just like with our kin numbers, we have certain signatures. And some stones, like I wear a lot of malachite, but malachite can give some people a dead ass a heart attack if they wear too much malachite. But that's like my stone right there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like when you find that stone might be an emerald, it might be jade, it might just be amethyst, something simple, but it might just do wonders for you and open you up in different auric field ways, you know?
Man, I'm glad you said that. Somebody asked an amazing question. They said, what color is the Holy Grail stone? This is where we're getting at. I'm glad now they're catching on. Now we lead into it. Young elder, what you always say, the sons of the green light. The Holy Grail stone is the stone that fell from the sky. We always talk about it. Tektites, meteorites, moldavite.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? That shit went way over there. And then it for Empress Redbird to show on that map. And at the top of the pyramid, they say the one who holds the Holy Grail stone controls it all. And each one of y'all has a different kind of power. I really think that when it comes to our rituals and different kind of things, we can most definitely get into those green stones. They said, what color is the Holy Grail stone? Green stones. Green stones, green chakra stones. Like young elders say, the sons of the green light.
Yeah, because the green stones, they usually the rare stones out there is the green ones. Like the emeralds, the jades, and the malachites. Like there's been wars fought over these stones, but I think we just see the price now and wondering why is it that price. But it's like, no, that price tells a history. Because our ancestors fight over these stones. When they came over here, the first thing they tried to take was our minerals, you know?
Can I caveat off of that real quick?
Do you think?
So what people need to realize is that the frequency of the crystals holds a higher vibration than what the human body holds, right? The crystals are sentient almost to a point. They are spirits. They can listen. We can talk to them. And I'm going to
That's
tell
right.
you why, because we actually have crystal surgery. So I know how to do crystal surgery. So where we're not actually cutting on people, but we're going in with the crystals. You have to have certain crystals, right? If you know that, and if you know or are called to be a crystal surgeon, make sure there's a book called 32 Layers of the Auric Field by Elliot Eli Jackson. He's a Pure Source channel. Because the crystals basically accentuate our energy, right? But then we also have to be crystaled up because there's so much fuck shit going on. So when we go outside, I carry crystals in my purse everywhere I go. Okay, I have a crystal grid set up around my house. I got crystals in the shower. When I take a bath, I put crystals in there. When I wash my hair, I put crystals in the water and I actually wash my hair to activate my crown. I drink with crystal water. Like, your light body is so important because there's so much. We're supposed to be walking around in our angelic frequency. Okay, but too many people have distortion. And these crystals is all you got to do is carry it around you and work with it. It's literally like, I actually healed myself from crystal surgery overdoing the herbs. I changed my diet. I was gonna do a whole herbal regimen, but the protocol for it was way too intense for me. And I asked Spirit, I spent the $700 on it, and I asked Spirit, and they was like, you ain't gotta do it. Just go ahead and do your crystal surgery under the moon, the new moon. Like, literally, the crystals hold so much power, and their power is slept on.
And I've studied like a lot of Ross Ben's work, and one of the scientific facts he point out is like anything with an organized molecular atomic structure is a crystal. So you and your cells that are geometrically aligned, that makes you a crystal. That makes a tree a crystal. And it's like, I like to explain it to people who don't kind of get crystals. Like, look at yourself as a super biocomputer. And now you need to add an extra server, or you need to get some shungite and add an extra layer of protection. You know what I mean? You need to get some purple stones and tap into your antenna, your crown higher. And it's like, when people hear it like that, definitely since we're in a technological age, when they start to recognize that the crystal is technology, that the phone you looking at us with has clear quartz and copper and silver in it, then you will recognize like, oh yeah, we've been using this stuff as power, but we just kind of see it we saw the hippy dippy phase, but now we're starting to get out of that hippy dippy phase and really start to execute and put alchemy to it, because we've been putting in the work, you know.
Yo, I thank you, young elder. You see how people in your comments are saying shit, right? But that means all the information, all the takes you've been putting out went over their head. Because how long you been telling them about thought and emerald tablets?
Oh yeah, we got thought. That's man, some people just we'll put them on timeout, man. But some people
No, I'm
just
saying, but the emerald
they
tablets,
ain't they
yeah,
done
you
got
been saying for a long time.
they ain't classy. They ain't classy, man.
No,
They ain't classy, man.
neither here there. The fact that you've been breaking down the emerald tablets and it's telling you all this alchemical information, like this guy just said about crystal surgery, like you've been saying about getting to your higher frequency.
Hey, you know something? I got a question.
Huh?
I got a question for the sister in the green, sister winner. Because I think that she advanced crystal being. I study crystals. I actually did a trade called field trip to Pluto, because the beings that live on Pluto are crystal beings, and they actually go into detail to explain that these beings are living organisms, that they are actually living beings. These crystals, right? And so then when I did that tape, I said, "Damn, crystals! These suckers are alive. Like, like a tree is alive. A tree actually breathes. Crystals breathe. That's why on certain rings they gotta have breathing holes. Or when real diamonds and real stones gotta have breathing, gotta breathe, or they'll get congested. But my question for you is, could you go in on water, crystals? Do you know anything about crystals and water?
Oh yeah, see, that kind of gets into the etymology of my name, because a lot of people like I was named after my dad. It's my given name, Winter. And I'm like, dang, I was named after some cold. I'm like, I ain't trying to be cold, but what I really recognize is like water water goes through that osmosis process. It goes through this whole thing where it has to evaporate and then it has to come back down and crystallize. And if we think about even the glaciers melting, that's like crystals melting. And even thinking about how when you think about the air and the atmosphere, like it gets thousands degrees below our normal climate. Like it gets freezing cold above the surface of the earth because you got the oxygen and the hydrogen are just separated. But then the closer they get, you know what I mean? That's when they start to actually crystallize and we start to have ice. We start to have sort of a winter, you know what I mean? And like when we think about the energy of water, is always flowing. Like you got the ocean that's pulsating, and then you got the rivers that are flowing. And you try to pick up you try to pick up some water and get it to sit still, it's not gonna do it. But when you think about how water, because we know about the Asian scientists who did the experiments on the water, we know that this water is holding deep intelligence and memory, and you trying to scoop that up with
Right.
your hands. It might be easier just to freeze it real quick and then take it home, you know what I mean? Metaphysically, of course. And even with I've been thinking a lot and channeling about the glaciers up in the Arctic melting, and then all the Europeans crying about it and stuff. But I'm like, what if there's old knowledge that's been crystallized
Right.
and it's finally melting? Like, because as above, so below, it's finally melting for us to retrieve that and then put that water back in circulation.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, you smart. You real intelligent. I got a book on it called "A Hidden Message in Water," and it talks about everything you just said about the osmosis process of how the solid liquid gas process of the because all those stones is dealing with the solid, right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh, yeah. So, man, I appreciate you for the response. Hey,
Yeah,
what
most
you got on
definitely.
that? What's the Atari Elohim? What she got on there? Am I saying that right?
Atari, like the game.
Atari, yeah, Atari Elohim.
Mm-hmm.
What you got
So
on the water? Crystals in water. Go ahead.
I just put it in the chat. So eventually you're gonna get to a point to where the water is gonna be too activating. Like I have to take the crystals out because it was too like when I would drink it, I would feel my whole body start going like this. But so what the crystals do, it recreates the geometry from like dead water. We know that all water is not equal, right?
Yeah.
There's like the reverse
Right.
osmosis water, that
Yeah.
cute ass Dasani water, and we're supposed to
That's
be
right.
drinking mineral water.
Yeah.
And I actually have like a thing that I paid for. It's like a little tube and it has like high frequency water in it. And so when I go places and I travel, I take the little tube thing and I spin it in there and I reactivate the water, because a lot of the water that we're drinking is not activated. It's
That's all
going through
right.
all these pipes.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's all they got us with a whole bunch of shit. So we have to reactivate the water, and that's what I started doing was because I got off of the bottled water. Spirit was like, just drop a crystal in the water, and I was like, you know what? You're right. It's that easy. I mean, it was just clinking around and everything, but it literally you're drinking high vibrational water, right? And that light that it's light encoded because the crystals are light encoded. So in drinking that, flushing that, it literally cleanses it's another way to cleanse your chakras.
For
Yeah.
sure. Real
I
quick, let
think
me ask
so.
you a question because that's a dope
Uh,
question. Somebody asked, are there certain crystals that shouldn't be submerged in water? Most definitely selenite and malachite. Don't put malachite in your water or you're going to the upper room. Selenite and you know what I'm saying? Pyrite is at sulfur. It's a lot of minerals don't put in water. The only thing we should be putting in water for real is either silver or shungite. Shungite
I
is the way to
use
go.
clear quartz or rose quartz.
Course, yeah. Some brother Zaire, he asked a good question too. He said, "What would be some good stones to uplift the matriarch right now?" And like I said, young elder is going over their head. He already showed you the map, and he was talking about the grail stone, green stone, heart chakra stones right now. Y'all are the light. Y'all are the green light. You know what I'm saying? We listen to over the master teacher Malachi York. He's always talking about these crystal ships and crystal cities, right? like you just said, quartz
The
is
ships
powerful.
are powered with crystals.
Man, it's a lot of stuff. And like I say, if they're slow, they just say that. If you don't know what they're talking about, just say that. But this is for people that's really into that. God is winning. She, like I said, she's an alchemist, and I know I like putting on for other businesses and whatnot. So she's an alchemist out in Atlanta. Show us some of your work, God, including that background, man. Somebody want to get something from you.
Oh yeah, I got my cause I started off as a painter, but then spirit moved me into wire wrapping. So I still make tapestry, so the art is a little bit more accessible. And some of my creations that I've been working on, like this piece with the carnelian.
Oh yeah, that's fire.
Oh,
That's nasty.
yes.
What's Carnelian good for?
Hmm?
What's Carnelian good for?
Carnelian, that's like definitely for we talking about the matriarch. Like we got to tap in. I think the matriarch need to tap into their creativity because
That's it.
creativity is ruled by your sacral chakra, which is also your womb space. So when you tap into that creative or that creator energy, you know what I mean. You can pull stuff out without even trying too hard. You know what I mean? Like it's sacral chakra energy is water energy, so it'll start to flow out of you. And then I got this piece that is one of my this
That's
is some
fire.
black jade. So when jade, I don't know if you can see it in the light, but when jade is just so pigmented that it turns black, just like us, you feel me? And
Yo,
I
somebody
like
answer
to
that
make a
question.
lot of stars because we all solar beings, we all have our own inner solar star in us, and then we tapping into the star. Even got the Pharaoh star right here.
That's fire.
It is fire. I was gonna say that's clean as fuck.
The truth. I'm talking about. Look, I'm
Yeah.
collaborating with this guy. Look, a young elder say he wanted the crown. We're gonna damn collaborate and
Hold
work on a
on.
crown. Send us some stones. Yeah.
Hey, that sister there got some dope. Hey, she got. Hey, Orisha, she making you come with it, man. She gonna make you come with it,
I'm
man.
about to come with
She
it. I'm
got
about to
some
come with
dope
it.
stuff,
Look,
man.
that's what I like. She got to keep me on my toes. Somebody
Yeah, she
just
gonna
said
make
a
you
major
come with
question.
it, man. She
They
got
say,
some
where
hot
can you
shit.
buy authentic crystals? Because I feel the difference from crystals I get from like alchemy shops and everything. True. That's why we introduce you to alchemists. I'm a mineral alchemist. She's a mineral alchemist. I am Seg's a mineral alchemist. There's a lot of mineral alchemists out here. We got to get back into. We talking about support
Right.
black businesses. If
Mm-hmm.
you ain't spending that money with everybody else, now you tapping
Hey,
into
how can they cop
this.
something from the sister? Somebody's asking, how can they cop? How can they cop something from the sister? What's her Instagram or website?
Yeah, if you type in my name on Instagram, you'll find my page. You'll see more of my work,
Okay.
and then I got my
Okay.
website in my bio. So that's probably like the most convenient for people.
Okay, I'm gonna find it. I'm gonna find it and put it into the link to the description.
Most there.
All right, and
Most
then
there.
cause
Yeah.
like with the old stones, cause I feel like a lot of times we forget that we are powerful manifestors. Cause I needed old stones. I was feeling pulled towards stones, but I was kept getting like fake malachite, which is easy to fake. But
Yeah.
then I came like I met this older lady who knew this older man who's been selling crystals since the 70s, and him and his wife been having a bead shop since the for the longest, and they come up to Atlanta once a month for this antique show. And I'm like, okay, I don't trust the you can't always trust the Asian community because they do a lot of manufacturing and can easily make some lab grown crystals. But you can see the age in certain crystals, so a lot of times you gotta call it forth, and it'll come to you. You might come across me who's a young person with old stones. You know what I mean? Because I got stones older than me, but I'm spirit gave them to me, and now I'm a redistribution system for it. Because I got a lot of stuff, but I have to get this stuff out of my hands, and a lot of times spirit be like, oh, you got these emeralds, you went to Colombia and got these emeralds, you thought you was finna keep these things. He was like, no, you better here's an idea, wrap it up. And then as soon as I wrap it, oh, I need that. And I'm like, dang, I thought I was gonna keep that for myself. Nope.
Break it down though. It's not just decoration. These are sacred
Hmm.
ornaments. You got copper on it. We talking about the mineral market. We talking about gold and silver all the time, but we kind of sleep on copper. What is copper good for?
Copper. So I'm gonna give you my metaphysical look at copper before I give you like the other meanings that you probably hear, but copper corresponds with your nervous system. So when you look at a map of your anatomy and you see your nerves going through your whole body, that's how copper behaves naturally. And then copper, by studying like the like looking into Kemetic dictionaries, and I found the word copper in a Kemetic dictionary, and it was hemet, and it had a crucible and all of this. And then you go further down in the dictionary, you got the same word hemet, and it represents cow goddess, which is Het Heru, the love goddess. So we know copper is ruled by Venus, but our ancestors knew that. So like copper is the mother metal, you know what I mean? And I say that with passion. It's the mother metal. When you talk about anything less than 24 karat gold, it got copper in it. When you talk about sterling silver, it's mixed with copper. When you talk about brass, it's 80% copper. Copper is integrated into so many things in our life. You go turn on your car, you turn it on copper. You know what I mean? And
So
it's
you're
like
saying
it's really
that's no
ingrained into
avenue.
our system. But
That's
they
no
kind
avenue.
of
My bad. My apologies. That's so you saying that's the avenue that we should be tapping into for one, healing. We talking about our water. Somebody was talking about mineral water. Somebody was talking about minerals that help the matriarch. Copper is a mineral from the matriarch. It purifies the water and it eats the bacteria and everything. It is 85% in zinc. I mean 85% in
in brass.
in brass and bronze as well. High vibrational metals. So yeah,
And
yeah.
and I was gonna say, and when you think of copper, think of cooperate. Think of all of these code words, and that means come together the same way copper comes together in our life in an industrial sense. So it's like when you think about when you wear your copper piece and you see somebody else wearing a copper piece, the vibration is instantly connected, whether y'all are, whether you know them or not. You know, okay, they're thinking at a certain level to wear copper. You know what I mean? They're thinking about their skin, and it's really good for the skin. Because I tell a lot of first time copper wearers, because I make chains, and a lot of times we don't be paying attention to the back of our neck, especially you got long locks and stuff like that. And they be like, dang, definitely in this Georgia heat, they be like, dang, the copper is tearing up my neck. Is this real copper? Am I allergic to copper? And I'm like, hold on, you can't be allergic to copper because you already got it in your skin helping you produce melanin. But it's most likely that antibacterial component pulling toxins out your skin, and you're having that reaction is really
Right.
you pulling it out your skin. And I'm like, wear it for 3 months. You know what I mean? Clean your neck, wear it for 3 months, and you're gonna be wearing copper. It ain't even gonna be tarnishing as fast because your body is pure.
I say. Somebody had me. I'm trying to get to all these comments. You already know how it is. I'm trying. If I missed a comment, my apologies. Somebody said, "Let's do this together. Use our crystal power, our skills. We got special superpowers." And that's what I was going back to about. Like I said, young elder could be given receipts. Empress Redbird just talked about the Grail Stone, the Moldavite. If each one of y'all are priests in your own right and doing something in your own right and got all these superpowers, use these stones in your rituals. This book right here is amazing for mantras on how to use that Moldavite. You know what I'm saying? That's why I really want to get some
It's
tech
time for us
practice.
to get real woo woo, okay?
I said,
It's time for us to
Real
get real
talk.
woo woo in this motherfucker.
Real
Go
talk.
ahead. Go ahead, spit. Go ahead, spit, goddess. Go
No,
ahead,
on
keep
some real
spitting.
shit, because how I view
Yeah.
things is that there was conjure magic done on us, so we got to turn around and do the conjure magic back. That's what the
Right.
hell that we doing.
Right.
My rituals and everything is specifically for the collective. And it takes me going to special places on the grid. It takes me using energy of certain days. It takes me, I mean, sometimes I had to, one ritual, I had to gather everything I had. I had to get something from Alaska, something from Hawaii, something from Indonesia, because these are the places I travel to, right? But I need the energy for the ritual. I got to get something from LA. I got to get something from everywhere that I need to touch basis point, because when you do your ritual, you're conjuring in that magic. And that energy, it's quantum field. It holds energy. Everything holds energy. And it's all symbolic, right? And then that's another thing that I need people to understand, is that when you do rituals, you literally just have to tap into your inner child and make the shit up. You just make it up. Because when you're making it up, you're assigning the energy to it. You just got to put together what you want to do and what you want to say and what it is that what the objective is, and sit there and do it. And too many people are not doing it. They're not doing it to clear their own energy. Shit, I did a ritual when I was actually deployed, and I almost burnt the motherfucking barracks down because I had a spiritual candle, and the flame got too bright. and I lit, and it caused the fire alarm to go. I was doing rituals in Iraq. I was like, listen, I got shit to do because I was trying to manifest my house. I wasn't even woke. I was like, I just want to get a house. And I'm just trying to get this money. This shit worked. And then I got home, my house. I didn't have to do, it was the process. Oh my gosh. The process of when buying my house, I think because I did the ritual, it just went so smooth. I actually got money back. I didn't even have to do anything. My brother did everything for me. Got the realtor. The kids was driving around, because I was deployed, was driving around on their bicycles. They was doing the investigative work for me. They would call me back. It was so smooth. And I didn't even realize how much that ritual opened up a window for me. And then it's ironic that I was overseas too. So, but you have to do rituals. Like too many people don't, y'all, like y'all don't understand. And this actually goes into my ancestral pattern recognition program for my mystery school, because you literally have to dissect your life, right? You have to dissect the symbols, the names in your life, because there are people out here using y'all names, right? There's people out here using y'all energy. When I found out who, what are they called? The Destiny Swappers. When I found out that some of my Destiny Swappers, one of them is a billionaire. I have a couple other Destiny Swappers. They're millionaires. That's my fucking money, because they know who we are.
Yeah. Damn, that's cold, boy. That's a cold piece.
Like, they know who we are, and they're using our energy. This is how I know this code went through, okay? Because Rob posted Celine Dion. I think it was him. He posted Celine Dion, and there was a video of Celine Dion talking about, the ones who be eating and be doing all of that stuff, right? I was Celine, the moon goddess. So you see how, even though it's Celine, it's I was Celine, the moon goddess, which is Selene. And so that's energy. That's actually my energy. But she out here using the name, and she's a lower vibrational motherfucking person. She using my shit.
Yeah, you so right, man. I've been feeling the same way too about the little baby shit and all it. The baby and the little baby. Yeah, that's me, nigga. I'm a little baby.
They're using our energy through our names. Then I found out there was another celebrity and I found out in Egypt and got confirmation from a friend, there was another celebrity who was harnessing Sekhmet's energy. She's a singer.
Hey, I heard this lady. It's this lady that came out that say celebrities do that when they fall off. They do energy swaps, and they pay high dollar to steal other people's up and coming. Like for instance, Drake and Testoxion Triple X. That was his name. The dude that got robbed and killed.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Yeah. They said that Drake did that to him. That did one of them energy swaps on him. And that phase one was talking about it.
Because Triple X was woke.
Yeah.
He was woke. He was woke at a young age.
Yo, one, I gotta get, because there's got a lot more questions in there. I wanted to show you this, young. We always talk about the green stone. I ain't got no light to go against it, but you see what that is, Winner? That's a piece of moldavite. It's 44.4 grams. It's 44.
Yeah, that's a big one. Yeah.
It's 444. You know what I'm saying? The angel number. And we're talking about the Holy Grail stone. Like I say, if you're really into your rituals, you go into all these different things. Of course, quartz. But I really think we should start tapping into these tektites. It's gonna make us all more powerful. You know what I'm saying? Tektite protect us from a lot of stuff. It keeps us grounded, and it go ahead and dispel negative energy. It keeps certain things away from you. You know what I'm saying? It makes things fast. Right now, we want this land back. We want things to happen real fast, rapid. And we know who we are. This is like this, like a symbiote per se. You know what I'm saying? The goddess, one real quick. They said, "How do we shop with you?" Real quick. Goddess Winner.
You can go to you can either go to my Instagram, but my website is artifactsofnew.com.
I mean,
I'll type it in the chat.
Put in the link for him.
Appreciate it, y'all. Yeah, man. I had to bring some other crystal alchemists on here because I know y'all get tired of me saying the same thing over and over again. We
You
had to
gotta have
bring
them crystals.
some real crystal goddesses, and because we talking about everybody talking about the yellow brick road, but we don't want to talk about the Emerald City. You know what I'm saying? So we really got to build
Oh,
all this.
y'all,
You know
let
what
me
I'm saying?
tell you.
We
You
got to
can
get
go
out that
there.
straw man, fix that straw man, and start getting back into our minerals. You say, hey, I had to show something off too. That I can't always see it, but that got cloth on it, and turquoise and lapis lazuli, and that's 24 karat gold over
Oh,
copper.
that's nice.
Yeah,
But
But
really,
that's divine. Yeah.
like I said,
on some
I'm
real
trying to
stuff
get more
though,
into, huh?
I said on some real stuff though, everybody, the crystals, you can get all the things, you can get all the things, you can get all the tools. But if you don't sit down and start meditating with the tools, your
Mm-hmm.
spirit cannot drop in. This whole thing is about your nervous system because your oversoul has to drop into your body, right? So you have to clear your root chakra, and it takes meditation. If you smoke, make sure you smoke with some crystals. That's one thing. I'm a smoker. I smoke weed. I'm in Cali, okay? But let me tell you, you need to charge your weed up. You need to charge your shit up. Everything needs to be high vibrational. You need to charge everything up. I even at one point I was charging up my food everywhere I went. I'm like, okay, let me channel the energy and charge it up because they trying to take us down with everything.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah,
you have
you're
to
so right.
sit and rest. You have to rest. Like the amount of rest that I had to do to get to this level to be able to move the energy through the grid, I had to sit down. I was in my house for a whole year healing. I was outside sitting on the grass with my ass to the grass, meditating, channeling the energy down, bringing the energy down. And for the women, y'all got to connect to the grid. We're not connected to the grid. I was sitting here when I tell you I was meditating. I'm like, okay, I'm connecting to the trees. I'm connecting to the mountains. I'm connecting to the ocean. I'm connecting to inner earth. I'm connecting to the black sun. I'm connecting to, to the cosmos. Like I literally purposely connected to everything in nature. So when it came down to it, now I got spirit will tell me too. They'll be like, okay, you're in the crust. When I'm moving the energy through the grid and I'm doing my grid work, they'll tell me what layer of earth I'm actually in. If I'm in inner earth, if I'm in Mount Meru at the North Pole, like you have to know, you have to connect to the grid. You have to connect as the matriarch, as women, we have to be connected to the earth in every motherfucking layer. Because like they were saying, look, he said it. Because I'm actually an ancestor of storm. So in that time period, I was Aisha of Balabidu, which is a Marvel character who is a rain goddess. So like I have pictures of like my house. Like I'll get there one day where I can show them all to where like the rainbow was literally like a portal. They would put the rainbows will open up and then there's like a portal and the energy would be flowing through. I see patterns. Somebody said it too. Somebody said in the comments, there are patterns in the clouds. I can see
Mm-hmm.
the patterns in the clouds. Your spirit, like your third eye will be able to see energy in the clouds in the sky. But we have to connect to the grid. We have to connect to nature on a mental note. Once you're intentional about it and you keep doing it, you're automatically connected. But you have to download these frequencies to you have to be so purposeful in activating your light body. And people are not doing this shit. And I'm telling you this because I'm reading some of the comments. The comments don't make fucking sense. You should be knowing this shit already.
Look, that's why I said some people you could tell when I'm starting. At first, I was taking them serious, and then I started seeing them. I was like, "Oh, you don't know what we're talking about." That's why I said some shit go over their head. Young elders been breaking a lot of this stuff down for a minute,
Y'all
and that's
not
why I
doing the
went.
work.
Yeah,
I can tell
doing the
because I
work.
watch Young Elder, I watch Dr. Kia, I watch everybody, y'all, because I sit in the angelic frequency. And this is why I be so fucking pissed off in my house because I'm like, y'all watch him, but y'all ain't doing the motherfucking work. It takes work to
Mm-hmm.
activate your light body. This takes work. It is our own personal motherfucking responsibility. We already graduated Earth before, y'all. We the originals. We're the original beings. We're already ascended. And motherfuckers is walking around here lost as fuck. They don't even know what the fuck their mission is. We cannot be in this distorted ass energy. but you have to honor and own your own fucking activations.
I see. Yo,
I'm
young
just
elder.
saying.
No, I
Because
look.
the only way we can start to form communities, people got to be fucking activated.
I
How
see.
we gonna
Hey, we
form
can't let.
communities and y'all don't even know what your mission is?
That's right.
I'm just
We can't let
saying.
these bots. We can't let
We
these
got
bots
whole.
frustrate
If
us.
you guys look at it, we're on some real shit. This is what I sit here and do. Y'all be crying sometimes because the
Yeah.
women and that mother godly energy and the divine mother energy comes through me. And I'm like, and I get stressed out because of the community leader that I am. I be so worried because I'm like, how are we gonna make it? Because so many people are not activating, they're not stepping into their L energy. And you're expecting somebody else just from watching, you're thinking that you're just watching this shit is gonna get you
Yeah.
past 2030. To get past 2030, your fucking light body has to be activated because you're gonna be
That's right.
receiving a certain amount of light. If your shit ain't activated, guess what? You go on with the light.
I see. I
I'm
see.
We
with it
can't
on
form
that.
whole communities and people are lost and don't know what to do. You have to know what to do.
Yo, young elder's a scientist. He always be talking about angels and things of that nature. And you just were talking about quartz. Quartz are cut at angles, certain angles, and we don't understand that when you hold those angles in the light, that's how you communicate with the angels. You know what I'm
Hello?
saying?
Mm-hmm.
So like I said, we most definitely trying to get on that Emerald City. We got the straw man in there. We got a couple cowardly lions out there. We got the you know what I'm saying? We got the Tim Man. But we most definitely get into this Emerald City on the Yellow Brick Road. Before we get out of here,
Mm-hmm.
yo, I know we want to talk about a little bit on what's the mineral kingdom look like in commodities. You checked out the spot value of silver and gold lately?
Are you talking you me?
No, I'm talking to young elder.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I had checked the spot value out, but I know now that it's going down to a lower than it was when we was copping it, right? Last 2-3 months, right? And so now is a good time to buy because I believe they're going down because they trying to get people to a lot of people selling their silver. I just saw a little baby, his son or somebody. He had sold $10,000 worth. Excuse me, $10,000 worth of his silver. So yeah, hey, buy silver now, buy gold. You know, get rid of the fiat, man. Don't never. You shouldn't have more than 10,000 in fiat cash because that shit is out, man. Yeah, go copy some land. Cop you a house because that even though they still making us paying tax and all that, we about to get ready to cut them off. You know what I'm saying? We working on that now. To cut the tax shit all that's off. So yeah, man. I wanted to ask the sister Elohim one more question before she got up out of here about the grid lines though, because I was studying some on the grid lines. With the pyramid and all of the Tahuti talk about the grid lines heavily about man you the first one I heard that talk about I'm working the grid lines like the only other person I heard say that was Tahuti.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. So I'm trying to figure out what you on some more shit, man. You talking about I'm working the grid lines. The only person I heard say that was Tahuti. So yeah,
Yep.
so when you say could you go in a little bit more on the matriarch and its connection to the work in the grid lines and the work that you do on the grid lines before we get because I want to know more on that.
So it's funny because I was kind of like going through it in my head yesterday, and because nobody in our community is doing this. So there are a few. Actually, there are other Khalifas out there that I do know of that are doing grid work. I have a sister that's a couple. So the Khalifas is whoa. We're just barely coming together. But there are ones that I know that are doing grid work. I will say this. So the issue with our community is that we're really closed-minded. I follow high level grid
Secret.
workers. I don't know if you guys know who Robert Edward Grant is. There's another guy named Matthias De Stefano. Matthias De Stefano can literally manipulate the weather, like right there in front of you. I've seen his videos. And so we have to stop looking at just our community and look at what the other spiritual communities are doing and start dissecting it and getting information on a higher level, because we have to realize that we are the last ones. We're not fucking woke. Our communities are not fucking woke, bro. And like, it's very frustrating. And so what I was able to see, and it's very crazy because since I follow these other high level grid workers, I'm able to see what they're doing and the grid work that they're doing and how that relates to the grid work that I'm doing and how it relates to actual other sisters that are doing that are doing their grid work. And yes, I am an Aries. I'm on the cusp of Aries and Pisces. So I have very heavy water, very heavy fire. But we're not watching what other people are doing, and it's limiting our communities, right? Because we're the last ones. We're the last ones to wake up. And so there are other people who don't look like us that are doing very high vibrational spiritual rituals all around the world, but we're not watching them. And that actually directly correlates with what's going on Turtle Island. Like Robert Edward Grant was actually in Scotland, and he was doing this, and I get it, right? Because there is, we don't have the resources like they do, like people who don't look like us, right? We don't. I'll go into something right after this to explain what they're telling me to tell you guys. So Robert Edward Grant, they did an activation in Scotland, and Matthias De Stefano went through a whole explanation on how the dragon actually works and then he explained it through minerals, like the salt has to move through here, and then this gate was closed, and so I'm able to put the story together on a holistic level, on a high vibrational holistic standpoint level, right? But because we're limiting ourselves from receiving those codes, I'm not saying you got to fuck with them, but there's codes in the stuff that they're doing. And that's giving us that they're actually prominent figures. We can't even activate Turtle Island without them doing the shit. So they're an antidotal part to what we're actually doing.
And like I said, man, with tonight, I bring people together that got like-minded. If we ain't trying to convince nobody or nothing, this is for the class of people that's already into this type of stuff.
This has to be very, y'all. We are multi-dimensional. We can't even fuck with the 3D for real shit on some real, right? We have to maintain. You know how hard it is for me to go outside sometimes, and I know everything that's going on, and I got to go out in the public, and I'm like, I know all this shit is about to change in like 3 years, and nobody knows what the fuck is going on. But we have to operate and know from a high vibrational standpoint what is going on a community level, right? But we're supposed to be able to bend and manipulate the energy around us, which also goes into owning your holographic field, because your auric field has 32 layers, right? And it's actually the size of a football field. So when you're in your angelic frequency, you're holding so much light to where whatever your whole football field cannot be manipulated, because that's when all the angels, everybody in the whole, all there is, was, and ever shall be is walking with you, because your auric field is so open to where you're that protected. But people's auric fields have too much distortion. That's why there's bullshit going on.
Yo, real quick, damn, you said so much.
I know.
No, you
waiting to get this off my chest, y'all.
No, do it. What's that, y'all?
Does she got a YouTube or Instagram? I have to lock her stuff in the links too.
Oh, yeah. Tell them your Instagram, and she most definitely gonna be doing spins with us. Like I said, she putting on for the goddess and the Khalifa. We
Yeah,
all
yeah,
come
we're going to
together.
bring the goddess back on so she could do one on the breakdown on the ley line, like the real
Oh
in
yeah, I
depth
would love
breakdown on
that.
the
Yeah, I actually would really
yeah,
love that because then I can
nobody
connect
really
it to
ain't
the
nobody really
geometry.
talking about it. Ain't
Yeah,
nobody talking about this.
yeah. So if you just follow me at Atari_Elohim on IG, I do a whole lot of code breakdowns. I be breaking
Oh yeah.
because part of my solar biology is I'm able to actually break down everything through a numerical and geometrical standpoint. So I know it's so this is very, very high level. Okay, so I'm able to break down your ancestral patterns, which is your own geometry and your own pattern. It's called pattern recognition, right? Because we're recognizing the patterns, but everybody has their own ancestral numerical and symbolical and name geometrical energy. Like for instance, my last name is Lucas, which I'm gonna explain the pattern to you. My last name is Lucas. So then that takes us to George Lucas, who is actually from Modesto, California, which is the same area code as me. So then I'm able to transmute that Lucas Star Wars energy. And then you also have Cabo San Lucas. So then I could go ahead and send the energy to and that's still Khalifa land. Mexico is part of Turtle Island, right?
That's right.
So then I'm able to send the energy to Mexico. So you have to be able to diagnose and recognize the patterns within your own life. And then you create geometry with it because you're using the energy of the golden ratio.
Yo, Young, we've been doing a show for a while, and I know they keep saying that. I keep seeing in the comments that thank you for starting the whole speaking to the matriarchs. Man, please, like I don't know where this is coming from. Like we've been doing this for a while now, trying to connect the matriarch and doing Matriarch Monday. Maybe you got to tap in.
It
We
just
put on
wasn't
for
in alignment, and that's why I need people to realize everything. It was not. People are not ready. That's
yeah.
why we weren't in alignment. Now we're all coming into alignment.
Yeah, and we've been putting on for a while. We've most definitely been putting on for all the matriarchs. You know what I'm saying? Don't get it twisted. We've been doing this for a while, trying to put on for these businesses. Like this guy just said over here. And we're gonna put on a light show. Cause they in the comments talk about me bad because I ain't pulling nothing out and I wasn't trying to, but we're gonna put on a light show for the end of the show, Miss Winners. But no, man, and Young, man, we appreciate you too for everything that you
Hey,
do for
peace,
you know
man.
what I'm saying? Because it'd be like people try to divide everybody and go, you know what I'm saying, pit everybody against each other. When the whole time if nobody else need to come together, we need to come together. You know what I'm saying? I want to see my sister make a lot of money over there in Atlanta, take over the Atlanta scene because there's a lot of fakes and frauds and phonies in
Right there, what
Atlanta.
she had in Atlanta, man. They trying to cop some people in Atlanta in the
Man,
crowd.
I'll do one better. Show me that Canadian piece again because they talking about matriarch piece. They don't
Oh, I
understand that
know that's my
Canadian is a
stone.
stone, a checkmate.
That's so. I know
Mhm.
it's so powerful. That's your root chakra,
And I
your
got my
root and your
personal
sacral.
carnelian, and
Mm.
during a mycelium
That shit,
journey,
dang.
my carnelian literally turned into a dragon. Like it was like a baby dragon in my hand. All of the geometry of it transformed. So you can really think about it. It's a circle energy, but it's also representing that passion. You know what I mean? And a passion is almost like that burst of fire, that ignition to get everything going and flowing in the creative realm. And then
Yes.
in the Nile Valley, because I guess I need to do some deeper like past life work, but it's just like when I see things from Kemet, is in the Kush especially, it's like I don't even gotta study it. It kind of comes to me. And then in Kemet, this represents your blood. They use carnelian all the time there because it represents your blood and your life force. And so when they wore that to kind of amplify that in their auric field.
They lied and they stole that whole
Hey,
blood of
you a
Christ.
fine jeweler though.
Mm-hmm.
They
Hey, when is a
lied and
fine
said that
jeweler?
the blood of Christ is the blood of a set. That's what they talking about. That
Mm-hmm.
stone is the protection stone and divine feminine stone. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Yeah, I wanted to bring the goddess on because she was like, shit, they ain't shining no light on over there. And shit, I like minerals. I want more of us. It ain't no one person can do this. Whoever take it serious can do it. You know what I'm saying? She showed that
Yeah.
one. I also garnet then.
Ooh,
Mm-hmm.
Hold
ooh,
on.
that's nice.
Yo.
This one's
And you
We
garnet.
gonna
carve
rock
it
that
too,
link, man. Oh yeah,
Orisha.
Orisha,
You
you
carve it
busting now,
yourself.
boy. That boy,
For
boy,
real.
you just finished that one?
No, that was, man, you kind of inspired the whole thing when we started talking about the Moors from America and everything else. And then I got that one from some of my guys from South America. And this guy that's right here, she plugged with some people from South America too, getting Colombian emeralds. You know what I'm saying? Me and her were going back and forth because I was like, yo, I'm gonna have to show my little jade ring off tonight just to show him I ain't playing, or the lapis lazuli bracelet. But this my little jade ring, and it got the rubies in the eye and the pearl in the mouth. You know what I'm saying? We talking about jade and being medicine. You wear jade and we go to sleep and everything else. That's why all of our ancestors really rock with jade and turquoise and things of that nature, because it's healing stones. You know what I'm saying? And wear it on certain page. Also tap into this book right here for everybody that's in the Mineral Alchemist. I don't know where it's at right now. Look up the book, the Curious Lore of Precious Gemstones. The Curious Lore of Precious Gemstones. Because this is gonna elevate all of us. Guess what? The stones that elevate, activate them might not activate me. This stone might activate me. We got to figure that out. It's a chemistry to the stone, and it's not one stone fits all. Me and this guy is gonna collaborate. We're gonna do a couple different crimes and whatnot. And we were talking about George, and I was like, yeah, we got to put some emeralds and some green stones in, bro. You know what I'm saying? We stones of the green light, heart chakra, green light. We trying to put some different energy right now. So most definitely big shout out to the guy that's right here. Also to our Oya energy, like she said, Storm. I know her as Oya. I see that segment in your background, and I see all y'all got those beautiful tapestries in the background. I see you got segment in your background, and you're an eagle straight out the military. This guy has got, what is that, Mayat in the background?
Yeah, Mayat and Het Heru.
And you painted that, guys?
I didn't paint this one. This one over here is one that I painted and turned into a tapestry. And then, because I'm in my studio right now, so I got crazy shit sitting all over the place. But like, I paint for real, for real. Like,
you ain't playing. Get them.
Oh yeah, she paint and make jewelry.
Cause I started off painting, but then Spirit told me like, nah, that was kind of like my rite of passage, painting, selling, working galleries. But then I realized I was doing it for myself. Like it was a very self-centered type of painting, and I painted a lot of self-portraits. But once I started working with the copper, I realized like, oh, I'm adding that same experiment and knowledge of self-love, which is what Het Heru represent. I'm adding that into the jewelry because now we can activate our body. And like even in Kemet, I've been studying those big collars, and then out in Decatur, you got the Emory Museum. They call it the Carlos Museum, where you can go see mummies for real up in Decatur and all of their jewelry and stuff. And it's like these people, our ancestors was with the jewelry, they was activating whole body grids. Definitely when you think about how a necklace sit right there at the base of the top of your spine and going up to your skull, like they was creating whole grid systems on their body and walking around with it. But they made that shit look good. And that's also another principle of Het Heru, because I'm like, I feel like some people kind of say, oh, well, tell me about the science. But I'm like, let's make this, the ancestors are highlighted so much because the beauty of it is really Het Heru, the beauty and love god, is organizing the material Maya. You know what I mean? She's organizing that, which is creating this beautiful thing. You know what I mean? And beauty isn't always just a external, or just a what's the right word, a vain thing. You know what I mean? It's a principle in the universe. That's why you go look at a rose and be like, dang, that thing look pretty. You got the sacred spirals in it. You know what I mean?
Well, it's definitely showed this goddess love, man. She was talking about how a lot of people weren't showing her love. I ain't gonna say no names, but I ran into a couple of them fakers and everything. Almost want to siphon her energy. So I want to shine some light on y'all and show y'all who's really out there doing it, and not just living in Georgia, but actually the Georgia natives. She really out there in that tribe shit. So I want to bring her to the tribe and introduce her. I also wanted to introduce the goddess Elohim, because like I said, we're gonna be doing big things. We collaborating and trying to build. I want to not just, you know what I'm saying, talk about it. A lot of people be talking about it, but you got to put aces to the faces. You know what I'm saying? The goddess really doing things. This goddess, divinity goddess, I am saying, shout out to all the guys, you know what I'm saying? Known, unknown is really out here putting in work. This goddess always talking about, hey, goddess, you'll mute your mic for me?
No, I'm here.
No, I said you'll mute your mic. It's giving me a little echo. Appreciate it. Yeah, I just want to, and we're going to keep on bringing different goddesses on. Whenever we get time, I'm most definitely going to bring OJ Yemi on with Young Elder, and we're going to keep on doing it, trying to shine light on it, because it's sensitive to talk about, oh, we talking about black economics, but we don't want to show love to other black, you know what I'm saying, indigenous businesses. You know what I'm saying? Melanated businesses. It's not no matriarch versus patriarch, it's Mayat. That's why I brought Goddess Mayat on in the beginning, because each one of y'all got some kind of comedic or ancient segment, ancient. You got all these comedic things up. The big thing about it, we all fall up under that feather. We fall up under the feather Mayat, balance, sacred balance between the divine masculine and feminine. You know what I'm saying? These sisters right here gonna be doing some big things. Check them out. Follow their Instagrams, their YouTubes, all that. Support these goddesses. You know what I'm saying? Support Young Elder channel. Here, Young Elder putting everybody else cash app up. What's your cash app, Young Elder?
You say what now?
What's your cash app?
Oh yeah, I need to drop their cash apps. My cash app is the Young Elder. Everybody know mine. I got it in the descriptions already. I need to add the two sisters cash app to the descriptions. I'm gonna add the all lady information after the show.
Yeah. Me and the goddess most definitely gonna do some mineral reports. We're gonna put on a light show for y'all. And then also Melanated Immortals. Go to their website. We did consignment with her and got some things on their website. They got some ruby on there. Serpentine with the ruby on it. So yeah, it's most definitely getting into these stones and connecting with them and meditating them and actually doing the work, not just talking about it. Connecting with these goddesses, connecting with these tribes, and really putting. If we got all this money that we say that we ain't giving to these foreigners, then invest that money in your own and see what happens. Watch, they talking about 3 years. I think we can do this in 3 months. They can. I've been telling y'all for the last couple months. We've been talking about gold and silver for the last couple months, years really. But Florida just passed a law. We've been talking about this for a while. The law passed on July 1st. So while everybody else waiting for things to fall out the sky and everything else, no, tap in right here and right now. They can lower the price and anything else. Once they lower it, you bought it. It's silver, still silver. Gold is still gold. Copper is still copper. And they're gonna do what they need to do. We need to tap into these minerals, like the guy that said, copper is a divine feminine mineral. Help you get back to that matriarch energy. She was just quoting Hathor. You know what I'm saying? Copper eats up bacteria the same way silver eats up bacteria and viruses. You were just saying from the get-go, you always say, Young Elder, how do we get rid of parasites? Vibration, vibrating higher. Quartz helps you vibrate high. Moldavite helps you vibrate high. The goddess was just saying, Carnelian, you had a vibration. That's why people don't like messing with you. Tektites, you vibrating at a frequency other people can't rock with. They don't understand. It's over their head. So before we get out of here, I'm gonna go around one more time because I most definitely want to hit these goddesses up, hit their cash up, support these goddesses. When you hit these cash up, what you supporting their business so they can do bigger and better things each and every time. Goddess Winner, tell us your cash app and how can we support?
Yeah, so my cash app is $ artifacts of new, and that's NUW. And then of course you can always follow me on IG. That's where I'm most active. And you just type in my name, winter.bell, and it'll I'll pull right up.
I say. What you say your cash app was again?
Artifacts of NUW.
I say. Goddess Elohim. They love your energy too. They don't really love when you see your Instagram.
Codes, okay? Because it's about that war, okay? We on that fire time, okay? It's time to get shit going. We got to step it up.
Man, what's the cash app?
So I don't have I do, but I don't have it. I don't even know the name. But please just follow me on Instagram and follow my YouTube. There will be souls. Listen, child, this year's gonna go. Listen, the energy that, woo! There is gonna be so much more coming for me. There's gonna be so much coming for California. There's gonna be so much more coming from all of us. But Spirit is guiding me to say, like, everybody needs to get their activations done, because on some real shit, your money is how much light you gonna hold, because how much light you hold is gonna lead you to the wealth, right? We have to deprogram scarcity mindset. Deprogram. That's the colonizers. That's the false matrix. We are infinitely, I'm talking about y'all, your projects. If you are a leader and you feel called to be a leader in New Earth, which I think you are because you on this live, you need to get your projects set up. I don't know who was talking about vision boards. At some point we were talking about vision boards. But if you don't have any type of nowhere to navigate and what you're supposed to be doing, you still have a 3D job, you need to be doing a vision board. Okay, and how the vision board works, I'm going to tell you on a quantum level. What you have to do is you just have to, your higher self is going to tap in. You got to put down what is the things that you like to do, foods that you like to eat. You want some high vibrational food, put that on there. Like the trips, and you have to be open-minded. But put down your ideas of what you would like to do as far as what you want to bring forth to our new communities. Okay, you may not have the money, you may not have a whole lot of time, but make sure you do the vision board. And on some real shit, what I did, I taped it to the wall, so as soon as I wake up, my eyes is on that motherfucker. When I go to sleep, my eyes is on the vision board. I meditated at the vision board. I was like, okay, look, because what happens is when you see it, you're activating it through your eyeballs, which are the portals, and you're activating it into your fucking subconscious, and you're bringing that energy forth to your consciousness, and your oversoul is tapping in. You sending the energy back and forth like this, right? So then it's gonna start clearing up. You're gonna receive some codes. Oh, I might want to do this, and then you'll start getting more ideas. Oh, okay, and they will help you align with what it is that you're supposed to bring forth. And I'll tell you, my projects are in the millions. Okay, I have one project that I'm talking about. I got one project. I got to put solar panels around the whole equator because that's where we get maximum visibility, and that's where we're going to be able to raise the energy to, I forget what it's called, but it's on my mind. The technical level of Earth, right? Young Elder got a video on it. He put out a video on it recently. Y'all need to watch that. It's like, what is it called? It's the level of Earth, right? The technological level of Earth of what we're actually being able to do.
You talking about the scale,
Yeah, the
the
Cartesian
vacuum
scale.
scale. Yeah.
Yeah, so I got to put solar panels all along the Earth so I could go ahead and help increase the Cartesian scale. I already know who I'm supposed to get the panels from. I don't got the
Yeah,
paperwork
yeah.
yet,
I
but
think
they
that
already
will be a
told me
good
what's
ass
up.
idea to have solar
So,
panels around the equator. I said, damn, that's a good idea. I
yeah,
wonder why they did that shit.
Man, they
ain't
done
nobody
it.
did
They're trying to
it.
keep it
I got the
suppressed.
idea, so I was like, I'm in the energy on some real shit, y'all. I'm in the energy where I can do whatever in the fuck I want to do. I'm gonna get the money somehow, some way, because I'm infinitely abundant. The resources are gonna be provided to us because you actually need to free yourself before this whole transformation goes through. You need to free yourself, and you need to become absent of any false matrix energy. That's the true abundance. You're able to make your millions without even fucking with the game.
Yeah,
So
what's your
your
idea, man?
projects got to be. You need to build on your projects. It might take a couple of years, but I'm in the energy to where I know what I'm supposed to be doing. I know exactly what the fuck I'm supposed to be doing. I got 21 projects. I got 21 actual business plans that I need to do that my resources are bringing to me. I already know what I'm supposed to do.
I see.
I already know what I'm supposed to do. But you have to sit down and meditate and get into your alignment. You got to get into, we can't form communities with people out of alignment. This is a high vibrational, 5D, multi-dimensional. We need to be able to, we're supposed to be talking telepathically. I sent messages to Rod, and that's how Rod jumped on my live. Because I was like, I got to talk to y'all telepathically first, and then call the energy in. Boom, Orisha answering the phone. Orisha got Rod on the phone. I was like, oh shit, this shit work, y'all. Like how I was able, this shit work. All I did was tell Spirit what I needed. Spirit told me.
Mm-hmm.
You gotta work the spirit. Everything you need to run. This is why people's businesses get fucked over. This is why we keep getting fucked over because y'all not checking in with spirit. You're managing through the distortion with your own distorted mind.
Ooh.
Believe me, I lost 100 bands on a bad business deal. Trust me. I'm in this entrepreneur phase where I'm starting everything up and back over, recovering from that. But if you watch and you study the billionaires and the millionaires, listen, we know there's low vibration. They're low vibrational, not all of them, but they're low vibrational. But the thing is, you have to study and you need to learn how to operate with the business mind. We're supposed to be building communities. We have to know how to operate a business on a high level. And I know this is specifically for me, but I know that there's others out there who are high level like I am. I literally have to help rebuild these whole communities and structures. Plus with the, the military energy, that's a whole nother thing. I got to stand up. I got to stand up. I literally have to bring in the people who were in the military or who are in the military, who are going to be exiting the military. And we got to actually be the ones to, okay, we know what's going on up in there. We got to set up our own forces. But we can't do that if people are not in alignment. Mm-hmm. This is a lot of work we have to do.
Yo, we're going to get it done. But we're going to get it done fast.
It's already done because we already won. We just need a few people to wake up and fall in line.
I see. Yo, you got anything before we get out of here, Chief? What you got coming up next? Yo, Elder.
Hey, I just put the tape out about the matriarchs earlier on the video side. It's about the goddess, the right step by step of stuff the goddess needs to know. I got another part coming out to that is that Big Mama and Roy actually sent me the receipt for that first one too. But I'm doing another matriarch tape. I should have that out by tomorrow, and then me and Rod and the Voodoo Chief will be live tomorrow night, 9 o'clock, man. Me and Voodoo, the Voodoo Chief and Rod.
So
it's gonna be fire. Go ahead.
Tap in. Rod, he wanted me to tell y'all. He said he wanted that that green light piece. He wanted a green light piece. So he said, man, donate to him, Rod Hayes. Y'all know this $8, so he can get one of them green light pieces. You already know, donate and subscribe to each one of these goddesses. Tap into their channel, support their businesses, man. Ain't no sense to talk about. We ain't talking about the people that don't believe in it. The people that's really tried, that's really trying to connect with Goddess Mayat. Go look at what Melanated Mortals over there doing. Connect with this goddess over here. Connect with Divinity Goddess. Connect with all these. There's so many goddesses known and unknown that tomorrow I'm doing a live with Mama Kali. And another great goddess is breaking a lot of information down. Tap in with these goddesses, man. This ain't some shit that I'm over just started doing, man. Tap into my old shows. You know what I'm saying? We've been doing this and trying to put on for everybody. I guess everybody just seen it now. When y'all, you know what I'm saying? Also, big shout out to the guys, man. To the guys that's putting on and investing. There's a lot of people out here doing real things that people don't know about. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Chief Blackrock. Check out his channel. Putting out a lot of positive, good information. You know what I'm saying? He's always talking about collaboration over competition. This most definitely something we need to put out there. We talk about the Philosopher's Stone, and we ain't getting too much into it right now. But when you study Philosopher's Stone, before you can even activate it, there's 10 acts that you have to do. There's 10 vibrations and acts you have to do. That's why I brought Goddess Mayana, and she didn't just break it all the way down. But when you talk about tones or these crystals, there's 10 tones you have to do, and it's breaking it all the way down from you not being greedy to you showing love to somebody else, the vibration of each other. You know what I'm saying? Reciprocity. I might be saying the word wrong, but just bouncing love off each other. Don't take more than what you need. You know what I'm saying? Don't be a Jay-Z. You a millionaire, you still trying to sell out. You're a trillionaire, you still like, you know what I'm saying? We gotta, man, young, ain't that crazy? I just tried to hold up for Jay-Z last week, and then he did some more dumb shit. You know what I'm saying?
Every week, man.
I mean, they never fail. When they sign up the contract, they're gonna let you down. But the guy that just said we gotta get out these contracts. Get into that gold and silver. Right now, silver's on sale. That's how I look at it. You get some silver, stack up your coins, and I'm telling you, like, I'm buying stuff for silver every day. I'm in Florida. Don't take my word for it. Look up on the news. They talk about it every day. Don't be, you know what I'm saying? I got distracted. These last couple of weeks, I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I stand corrected. I've been distracted, emotionally moved with what's going on. And then guess what? Me, you, and Rob were talking. I was like, yo, the sons of the green light, And I started studying the more, and I looked on it, and they say one thing about it. You can't tune into these frequencies if you easily distracted and swayed by the wind, by things that can easily push you off your path. You know what I'm saying? No matter how, you got to cut some of these unnecessary emotions and egos out, you know? So, yeah, man. Yeah, we're going to tap in with Mama Callie from, I think she's from the Georgia area too. And I'm going to try to, like, we're going to keep on bringing the matriarchs and the gods on. We're going to keep on bringing everybody on. And you know what I'm saying? It's Mayat. We're going to show the real ones, period, real. The ones that's really out here trying to get this land and get back to this tribal law. So, young, most definitely stay dangerous. I'm trying to, man, young, I ain't even trying to keep up with these damn, comments. You already know how you do when you get in here. Goddess. Let's go blow for blow. We got to get my lights up before we get out of here. Winner, show us something. Show us something nice before we get out of here.
Okay, well, Y'all seen this crown, and then I also got a bigger one with the cowrie shells in it, and then I've got a lot of orgone because I feel like orgone really activates the electromagnetic field because it's a lot of shit. We like Georgia got so many data centers, and that is putting out all of this electric energy on us. I do a lot of orgone pieces. Hold on, let me see what else I got. Hold on.
Do you think we put on a light show for him before we get out of here, man? Look, your culture is your business. Health is wealth. Don't let that shit go over your head. Health is wealth. Your art is wealth. If you're an artist as well, that's still silver too, by the way. We talking about silver. Oh, let's go blow up. Let's put on a light show. It's the light show.
And I got this amethyst because I needed a powerful amethyst, and I just came across this big ass natural amethyst one. I gotta keep that one for myself. I got this orgone piece, some more orgone
Ooh,
with the
nice.
IRA in it, mixed with brass and copper with the carnelian in this one too. I ain't even dropped my orgone series yet. That's probably the next thing.
And
But
what's the organ
shoot.
good for? Gotta break it down. What's the organ good for?
Orgone, so the power of orgone is that it's you're putting crystals, you're putting all of these different minerals into resin, and as the resin cures, it's creating hyper pressure on these minerals, which is that piezoelectricity, which is what makes it affect the electromagnetic field. And then I like to always kind of sauce up my orgone because I feel like I can make my own crystals with it. Like I can mix the energy of lapis and malachite. I'm always throwing neodyne magnets in them because those are some of the most powerful magnets you can get. So all of my orgone got that in it. I like to crush my own stones, like crush up selenite and put it in the orgone so you ain't gotta always keep it charged as much. It can kind of run a little bit longer without it needing to sit in the sun and recharge. So I'm always when you think about orgone, think about a super crystal in a sense. Now, because I'm thinking about motivite in the orgone, you know what I mean, and that pressure being applied to that, and you add the copper coils in it too, because when you coil copper, the physics of metal, when you heat up a metal, which is most of the time we get metal soft, the particles are kind of more separated. But when you start to beat into the metal, when you start to twist up the metal, it's starting to come closer together. So now when you think about energy flowing from here to here versus from here to here, that's why I talk a lot about pressure, because the physics of it allow it to be more conductive.
I shall say.
He a great scientist.
Man, I ain't bringing nobody on the show for no reason, man. Everybody we bringing on got something going on. We talking about magnetism. They always trying to portray us to be dumb, divided, and everything else. No, they say we ain't got no culture. This our culture. I don't know this guy. I saw this guy that's working. I was like, yeah, I'm bringing you on. You know what I'm saying? She told me a little about her story. She gonna tell you more of her story. She gonna be going a lot more work. You know what I'm saying? Collaboration.
Okay, yeah, we gonna bring these sisters back on, man. We gotta.
Steph, oh no,
I need to bring. We need
listen,
to do a
this was just
in-depth thing
introduction,
on
y'all.
that main line.
This was just an introduction. This is just an introduction.
Okay, all right, yeah. We're gonna get back.
Ready for him? I'm about to pass them on. Look, I'm about to look. Council Khalifa about to do their thing. All these guys about to do their thing. I'm gonna keep bringing them on here. And you know one thing, they say that the black dollar is the highest. We got the most money, and then they turn around and say we in poverty. This shit don't make sense. If we ain't spending with these partners right now, if we spending our money with our own jewelers, our own artists, our own doulas, our own everything. You know what I'm saying? They sue the black owned website for telling people about where to go to black doctors. They really trying to be all in our business. They don't like us, but they want your dollars. They want your money.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? We come together, man. Tomorrow we change if we really just do it. You know what I'm saying? They talk about this shit right now. We hurting them, but how long we gonna stay down on it? A lot of people say yeah for a couple pennies. So, man, I appreciate you, young elder, for tapping in with us and shit. You most definitely be giving us a nice little reach. Most definitely tap in with Melanated Mortis and all these goddesses, and we're gonna keep bringing these goddesses in. Support the matriarch, because once they tap in, once they get all the way online, if shit is on from there. I see. So we out here. You got anything else, young? Anybody else?
Peace and blessings, y'all. It's year one. We in a restart. We're literally in the 0 point energy where everything is going to turn back over. And we have to activate ourselves so we can be the ones taking over. We're the ones got to take over, right? We have to take over this. And if we're actually able to come together, we can do so much more on some real stuff. I went real quick. My dad isn't woke yet, but I went to church with him. And then when I was in the church, I was sending out an activation at the church. But I thought to myself, what if all the people, the 100 people in that church was at my level? The energy, you know, we could manipulate the shit at the White House. I'm talking about we can manipulate this shit, but we have to be in our energy.
I ain't trying to manipulate. I'm trying to eliminate. We can eliminate them out of our existence, like our reality. When we create our own reality, we don't have to worry about nobody else. I'm telling you, they'll see success once we start ignoring people.
But
go ahead,
that's the thing, though, because I literally process people out the 3D energy. Yo, I be knowing when people are gonna transition. I sit at the gates of the underworld since I'm right, like I'm literally like right here. I hear the names, y'all. I hear the names. I hear because I sit in the angelic. I have the angelic frequency. So when people pray, I be hearing them. And spirit sometimes will come in and be like, no, they're not even answering prayers. You know why? Because you need to be figuring this shit out yourself, and you need to be dropping in your own energy.
I see.
We have to strengthen our intuition as a community, because once we get to the level where we're all, you know, LinkedIn like that, professionally, since LinkedIn is the professional app, we're able to prosper on a whole nother level without actually giving a fuck what's going on in the 3D on the world stage. That part,
yes, ma'am. And everybody ain't gonna agree. That don't mean we enemies. Everybody ain't gotta agree. But that's why we bringing several matriarchs on the show. Because if you might not agree with this one, guess what? You can agree with the next one, or you could just disagree with a spirit. Somebody asked a great question, man. You got a lot, but somebody asked a great question. Young Elder, they asked a great question. I'm gonna let you have before we get out of here. They say, "Where's the best place you can get your silver right now, man? Where's the best place to get silver right now, Young?" You on mute, G?
Hey, Orisha Stone, man. Holla at Orisha. You want to get some silver, man? Holla at Orisha Stone, man, the jeweler.
Look, I ain't gonna do show and tell right now, but if you doing something like a couple coins, go to your local coin store and get a couple of coins. But if you want to go wholesale, we do got a wholesale license. We can go down here and get bulk for you, give you more for your money. You know what I'm saying? Right now it's on sale. Get as much as you go. That message is never gonna change. We can talk about everything tomorrow, but that silver thing is popping right here, right now. You know what I'm saying? So jump on that silver and get into these mineral games, study bricks and everything else. But outside of that, I'm gonna let y'all go, man. Peace to the gods, peace to the earth.
Peace, fam. Peace.
Oh, let me say commercials.
Then I get inside the car. Listen, take out the sound, fading. But here we break it down. Echoes at the past, it's a wisdom that they drown. They will let the shadows overshine through the dark. Voices of the council, let it give you like a spark. Ooh, the truth too loud, they tryna turn it down. Step into the light, watch the history rebound. They do fall, and they speak road. With 4 miles of my life to get them last route.
On the first spark, I be up before time. Everybody's like hell, rearrange their mind. Every line that spit, rewrite they design. Every truth that drop, make a hit and rewind. They moving silent, but I see through the veil. Change one name, but it's really itself. Final dreams that they came on the print of the bell. Like I'm lost in the maze, just a prophet to tell. It's a cycle, blood turning gears in the system. They find the disease and they tell you to fix it. I've been watching. Third eye, stay in position. Ancestors whisper, got gold in my vision. If once you sleep, so the dream feel real. Set that hope in the box with the sign of feel. But the land ain't safe and the gold ain't real. The throne of the queen, gotta take on place still. Ooh, they true too loud, they tryna turn it down. Moving the light, but we came from underground. They scared of the past, cause the future profound. What's lost been found, now the council's all around. When the council speak, listen when the echoes meet. Every verse, every beat, it's a key, it's the seed. What's found? pyramids, it's a copy of Paul. Till the blueprint that he had to report. Target ain't I, but the swords been sworn. Ain't no tag, take the touch, that's after we on. And we know I don't rap, I just stand on the weeds, have my own. Yo, turn vibrations to waves that be shifted degrees, gon' go, yo, yeah. And when you walk out, I'm in your whip. And when you walk out, I'm in your turn it down, moving the light, so we came from underground. They're scared of the past, but the future first found. What's lost been found, now the council's around. Who the council speak? This is what they tell me. Every verse, lyric beat, it's a key, it's a seed. What's found, get free. What's not, gon' see. What's hot, gon' scream. What's locked, got the key.
Because young elders found that's the whole